Hi, welcome to a Healthy Insider podcast. I am Sandy, and I am excited to be live here at Natural Products Expo West 2019 in Anaheim, California. It's not raining today, so that's lovely. The sun is out and it's beautiful, but it's also beautiful inside the Expo Hall, the Anaheim Convention Center, because there's so many wonderful products. I am happy to be sitting here with Andres Salazar. He is the managing director of Annabella Buffalo Creamery. Hi, Andreas.
Hi, how are you, Sandy? Thanks so much for having me here.
Of course. We're really excited to talk about your company and this product, the low moisture water buffalo mozzarella, which just won a Nexty Award this week for best new meat, dairy, or animal based category. So congratulations.
Thanks so much. We're super psyched and proud. It was a lot of work, but it's a beautiful product. So thank you.
I mean, we love celebrating products and companies that have the mission and the transparency and drive and integrity that you guys do. So I'm really excited about the product, and it tastes great. So
thanks so much.
This product, the Annabella's cheese comes from grass-fed buffalo. The mozzarella cheese specifically is what they make, and it debuted in April 2011. They're free-range water buffaloes that are in Colombia. They are never confined. They're never fed grain. They can graze freely year-round. They're often moved from pasture to pasture to ensure that the soil has integrity and the grass stays well and that there's an abundant food supply. And it's skillfully made by cheesemakers who are very proud of what they do. But don't let me talk more about it. I want to hear from Andrea. So, can you talk a little bit about let's not focus just on the product that won the Nexty, but the whole process. So why did you choose water buffalo for your mozzarella as opposed to traditional cow's milk, and why is it so important to have the grazing and free pasture that they have?
Of course. So just by principle, I mean, we believe that animals should be at its best in its environment. And we by that we mean that in our case water buffaloes should be the way nature intended them to be, which means that they have to they graze freely. Our buffaloes are 100% grass-fed, free-range. We're raising them organically, and the only time that they see a roof is every time they're being milked, which is twice a day. And in between milkings, we do rotational grazing. The reason that we're working with water buffaloes is that their milk it's amazing. It's a super milk the way we see it. In terms of nutritionals, is number 2 in the scale, right after camel. But the flavor is beautiful. So if you're comparing, for example, milks with cows, you're getting double protein, double calcium, 40% more nutrients, half the cholesterol, and the biggie one, I think, is 100% A2. I don't know how many people are familiar with A2 milk, but the A1 milk is the one that is being linked with all the allergies and lactose problems. So by being 100% A2, it pretty much throws all that out the window. So, for example, yesterday I had a girl that had Crohn's disease, and she was super psyched that she was able to have yogurt after 20 years of not being able to have any dairy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how about the output? I mean, I imagine it's lower than cows, like the cow milk, water buffalo. I mean, why wouldn't everybody use this?
So, first, in the States, there are not that many water buffaloes. Is
it just the climate?
They are originally from Southeast Asia. So they are super happy in Colombia, which is on the equator. If you have them on, they pretty much can live anywhere in the world. They're super tough. But their milk production in countries that have seasons, like in Italy, where they're making buffalo mozzarella, during the winter, their milk production drops to 30%. That being said, also, a water buffalo doesn't produce that much milk if you're comparing it to a cow. A Holstein you're seeing numbers with Holsteins probably 48 liters per day, while a water buffalo, if we're lucky, and this is at the best, you're probably getting 14 liters.
Okay.
So the milk production is not that much.
Right.
So that's the reasoning that with so many people and such a big market, it's very hard to fulfill it with water buffalo.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
How educate me on the farming? Like how do you how do they get the cattle in to get milked? Because they have to they do it inside, as you mentioned. So is there like a bell? How do you do that?
They're super smart, and they know
those smart farmers.
Yes, no, the girls, the way I call them. They know when they're gonna be milked.
The cows are smart.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
the water buffaloes.
Water buffaloes. Excuse me.
They know when they're being milked. They actually start gathering around the time that it needs to be milked, and if you treat them nice, they're super docile. So
I could see that. So TMI, I'm breastfeeding my baby now, and I've done it in the past, and I guess I can definitely when it's time to go, you're ready. You're ready.
Yep.
That makes so much sense. So can you talk about any formulation challenges that you encountered and how you overcame them?
Well, with the low moisture buffalo mozzarella, which just won the Nexty, it's a product that we've been working on it probably about a year. And the reasoning for that product, because nobody else in the world is making this, is that the classic buffalo mozzarella that comes in its brine in the top has way too much moisture.
Okay.
So you either use it in a cold use, kind of like a salad.
Okay.
Or you have to have super expensive brick oven, pizza oven that goes up to 900 degrees.
Oh, to really get
and
rid of
it's
the
super
moisture.
quick, because otherwise, if you use it for any type of other application with heat, it releases too much water.
Okay.
So it messes up the recipes. That being said, it's beautiful just by itself. But now you can use water buffalo mozzarella on any application you want. Not only that, since we're not shipping water all over the place, the freight cost drops to half.
Right.
And so it's half the price per weight than any other buffalo mozzarella in the market. So we're super psyched about that. We're expecting that a lot of people now can have it.
So you'll still be offering
both yes,
varieties, right?
Of course, yeah. It's a different product.
Yeah. Excellent. So what's the taste like, and is it different for the low moisture versus the original?
Yes, the classic one is super creamy and it's almost like burrata. On all of our products, since we're 100% grass fed, you're getting a lot of notes of what the animals eat, and since it's seasonal, the flavor profile changes a little bit throughout the whole year.
How interesting.
But for example, with the classic one, you're getting flowery notes, a little bit of nuttiness. With the low moisture, is super creamy and clean. As soon as you heat it up, it gets the smokiness, and it's a beautiful product.
Sounds amazing. Yes. So what's the best season? What's your favorite season?
I love all of them.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So can you tell me more about the partnerships that you have with the farms in Colombia, and how you work with them to really ensure that the sustainability and that they're really reaping the benefits as well?
They believe exactly like we do, and they are. I believe that's their first priority on anything that they're doing, is the treatment of the animals and ingredients, and making sure that everything is being done right, and pretty much no shortcuts. And in the end, having the right ingredients, having the happy animals and the right milk, it just translates to what the products are. Yeah.
So do you work with several different farms?
There are 2 farms right now.
2 farms.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sure you've gone to visit. And
of course, yeah.
Yeah. How often do you go down there?
Last year I was in Colombia 3 times. The year before I was 5 times.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Lately it feels like I'm flying more in the States visiting clients. Yeah.
Still traveling though.
All the time. Yeah.
Excellent. So besides for more travel, what's the future? What are you guys going to do?
The yogurts are doing incredible. I mean, with all the attributes of water buffalo milk, where you really see the nutritional aspect of the milk is in the yogurts. they're amazing. I mean, we're also not straining them, so which causes a huge environmental effect on it, on the planet, because of all that weight becomes semi-toxic. They're amazing. I mean, I don't know if you had it yet.
I haven't.
Okay.
I admit it. I'm sorry. It's true.
But it's like we've won 5 awards at American Cheese Society as best yogurts.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Tell me about the yogurt. Like, is it the same fermentation process that you would use with the cow's
but
milk?
the solids on the milk are so much higher than cows.
Okay.
It allows us not to strain, and you're getting amazing creaminess. It's a higher fat yogurt, and since being grass-fed, it's good fats. They're super nutritious. We're getting the same levels in nutrition as Greek yogurt without the straining.
Oh, that's
Yes.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
And are there different varieties, or is it just plain?
So for the moment, we got plain, honey, blackberry, strawberry, and passion fruit. In the fruits, all we do is add a little bit of sugar cane, raise temperature, releases natural fructoses, and that's it. We don't have any preservatives, no fillers, no additives, no gelatins, no starches, all the stuff that they put in yogurts today.
Yeah.
None of it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely have to.
They're pretty special.
I promise. By this time next year, I will have had some.
Oh, you'll be having some later today.
Oh, okay. You heard it here.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations again on the next year, where we really
Thank you very much.
love to promote products like yours.
No, it's been a great show, and thanks so much for having me here.